Hello everybody and welcome to Sunday Morning Knits, my channel where I talk about all the things I am knitting, spinning, and designing lately. Welcome to podcast episode 28, I believe. I say this every time now, but I really should have checked. Anyway, welcome to my podcast. It's been about 2 weeks since I last filmed, so I have a fair bit of things to share with you today, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to follow a very standard podcast format. I'm going to talk about my finished objects, and then my works in progress, and then any acquisitions that I've made, and any announcements that I have. I don't think I have any this week, though. No, I don't think so. Okay, so my very first, and actually my only finished object for you this week is what I'm currently wearing, and that is my Korshavn sweater by Strikkekafe. I started this in 2022. I started this in March of 2022. I started it during COVID, and I then moved it with me to the US, was there for 3 years, and then moved it back home with me, and at no point did I finish it. And there was no reason why I didn't finish it. I don't know, I never just sat down to finish it. I finished the body while I was in the US, and then last week I put the sleeves on it. If you saw my fall knitting plans video, you'll know that this was actually one of the things I really wanted to accomplish this fall. Was finishing off this sweater that I've had on my needles for 8 bajillion years. And I'm so happy that I did, especially because I now get to wear it. It's very, very soft and very cozy. I knit this out of Knitpicks. I used the Aran in the colorway can't remember, it's one of the cream colors, and I held it together with one strand of Aloft mohair. Now, if you're interested in checking this out, I am actually now an affiliate with Knitpicks, which I'm very excited to announce. So if you are interested in knitting this sweater as well and want to check out this yarn, please use my affiliate code down in the show notes. It's no extra cost to you, but you'll be supporting me a little bit if you use my affiliate link. So yeah, very excited about that. So I guess this is technically an announcement / finished object portion. But yeah, I love it. I love how it looks. I love the texture is so soft. It blocked out so beautifully. I actually have a before video of how it looked before I blocked it, and I'm going to take an after video shortly, so you'll be able to see how this yarn grows. I love this yarn. I have used it for so many sweaters. It's just my favorite. I love it so much. I actually have a sweater on my needles in this yarn, not the mohair but the eco yarn, because it's just the best, which is why I'm very excited to be an affiliate with Knitpicks, because I just love their stuff so much. So yeah, I am so thrilled to finally be done this sweater. I started this so long ago that I didn't know how to read charts when I first started. So at the very bottom of this sweater, which is what I'm looking at right now, you can actually see that I put my yo's in the wrong places a couple times, because I just didn't know how to read charts. So I think it's really cute. It's like a little time capsule of me learning how to knit, learning how to read charts. Yeah, I love it so much. I'm so glad it's done in time for fall, and I'll get to wear it. Oh, one thing about the sweater is I knit the size extra large. This sweater is not size inclusive, and I started knitting it before I was kind of aware of that and was thinking about that. So I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend this pattern just because it's not size inclusive, but there are lots of basket weave sweaters out there. And I was too far through the sweater to rip back and start again. So yeah, one downside about the sweater is it's not size inclusive. Okay, now let's talk about works in progress. Since I have just been gushing about Knitpicks, I may as well show you my other Knitpicks sweater. Ta-da! This is the late checkout sweater by Kozycore. This week I put my arms on it. So I think the last time you saw this it didn't have, or maybe it only had one sleeve. I finished the second sleeve. And now I'm just working on the body. It's just a lot of stock knit. This one is the same yarn, so it's Knitpicks Eco. And this is the worsted weight. Yes, this is the worsted weight. So I used the Aran for this sweater and then worsted for this one. And this beautiful brown is the colorway Wilhelmina. I really love it because I think it's a really beautiful kind of dusty, really desaturated brown on a soft summer. So apparently this is a good brown for me. And I really love it. Yeah, once again, I just love this yarn so much. So highly recommend. The sweater is really beautiful. You can see the little back detailing. Honestly, this is a really great beginner sweater. I think I've said that in a couple different episodes, but yeah. Pardon me. I have the hiccups now. It's a really great beginner sweater. It's very easy. There's very little shaping. Oh no. Is my computer going to start making noises? I hope not. Yeah, very easy, very beginner sweater. I'm knitting the size. I actually think I'm knitting the extra large in this one as well, which is not my normal size. Normally I knit like 3X, or at least in the petite knit sweaters I do. But yeah, I think I'm knitting an extra large in this one as well. It has like 20 centimeters of positive ease or something like that, and I'm very excited. I can't wait for like cozy or sized fall sweater season. It's really nice to not be in LA right now, and for the next season, because I haven't experienced a fall or a winter in 3 years, and I'm so excited. I knit so many sweaters while I was in LA and so many socks, and now I can finally wear them, and I'm so excited about that. So yeah, the upside of that whole situation. So yeah, now I'm just working on the body. I have my really beautiful stitch marker. I don't think I've showed this before. This is from Knitting en Route, and I saw this when she did it. I think this was a collab with EKF. Yeah, I think it was a collab with EKF, and I wasn't able to snatch one in time when she first released them. So when I saw that she was doing a second release, I like snatched them up immediately. I was like, oh, I love that one so much. Air was the one that I had been wanting for a while, which is what this one is, but I also grabbed the water one while I was buying this one, and the water one is on my Dido tee, which I'm not going to share today because I actually haven't done any work on it. But yes, I love my little Knitting en Route stitch marker. It's stunning. Oh, and I am knitting this on, oh no, I dropped a stitch. I normally use stitch stoppers. I don't know why I didn't for this one. Oops. I'm using US size 8 needles for this sweater. So yeah, that is my late checkout sweater by Kozycore. Okay, next one is the sweater that I am knitting for my brother. I put a fair bit of work into this. I finished all the bottom color work this week. Ta-da! So this is a Dale of Norway sweater. It is the ski sweater for the Olympics, the year the Olympics were held in the city that my brother and I grew up in. And my brother's a huge skier, so I figured, you know, the ski sweater for the year the Olympics of our hometown would be a very cute gift for him. Oh, I have to mute my computer. I don't know what's going on. I hope that worked. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, it is a sport weight sweater, and I had to do some hunting down to find this pattern because the book is out of print in English. Now I can read Norwegian, but reading Norwegian knitting patterns is something I've never attempted. I've only read like books in Norwegian. So I hunted it down in English, which was great. And yeah, I did have some gauge issues at the beginning with this. So I originally went up 2 needle sizes for like this portion, and I wasn't getting gauge. Like my gauge was way too big, which is the first time I think that's ever happened knitting color work, like ever. So for this portion I went down a needle size, and I think I'm on gauge now. And you can't actually tell that I switched needle sizes, which is good. I'm far too lazy to rip back. So the only thing is, and the only reason that I haven't put more work into this week is because I'm now at a point where I have to do like the body, and there's like a little tiny bit of color work in the body on like every third row or something like that, but it says align the chart with the center. Align like one stitch with the center of the garment, and then that's it. It doesn't tell you how to do that or the math, and I just have been far too tired to sit down and actually do that math so that I can align it. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard, I just don't want to do it. But that's my task for this week. This is going by far quicker than I expected it to for a sport weight sweater on like size 3 or 4 needles. However, my brother is far more slender than I am, so I'm knitting like a very small size. Also, I'm knitting it a size smaller than he actually is because A, it has a lot of ease and I don't think he wants that much ease, and B, it's superwash, so I know it's gonna stretch. He specifically requested superwash, that way he can wash it after he gets all gross and sweaty skiing, which makes total sense. But I know that it's going to stretch out a lot, so it's actually a size smaller than like his measurements actually call for. Which means, and I have never knit a garment this size for myself, which means this is taking a lot less time than my garments normally do. So yeah, a lot of knitters talk about how knitting for their partners or knitting for like their siblings or stuff takes them so much longer because their garments are so much bigger. I have the complete opposite, where like I'm a fairly big girl, and my brother and my partner are very slender, so their garments take like half the time it takes to knit my own. So I always find that kind of funny. But yeah, I'm knitting this with Cascade 220 in case you were curious, the superwash, and I'm using the colors white and black. I'm really loving it, but I don't love how little information they give. I'm a fairly advanced knitter, and truly like knitting patterns from like the 60s to 80s were very much just like, and now knit a sweater, with like no more instructions than that. So this has been, and this is like that, this has been a definite challenge for my knitting skills. Not impossible, like it's definitely doable, but definitely a challenge for my skills. But yeah, I'm hoping to get this done by Christmas so that I can finally give it to him, because I've been promising him this for like a year and a half now. Anyway, moving on to my next sweater. Because I finished my Korshavn sweater this week, I decided to treat myself and cast on something. So I have cast on a new sweater. There's not much, it's just the collar and like the short rows. But this is going to be the Holly sweater by Knitting for Olive. I have been wanting to knit this as a Christmas sweater for like 3 years now, and about a year and a half ago I actually ordered the kit from Knitting for Olive to make this, and I just haven't had time to knit it. So I finally am, and I think it's early enough in the year that I'll actually be able to finish it in time, which I'm very excited for. If I don't, I'm not gonna like beat myself up about it. It'll be my Christmas sweater for next year. But this was another one of my fall knitting plans that I just really, really, really want. So that's my Holly sweater. I'm using the Knitting for Olive yarn. I did substitute the cream color, and I must have done something wrong when I ordered this, because I thought I switched both the merino and the silk mohair to the colorway Cloud, which is like a pink undertone cream, from Sky, which was a kind of like a slightly grayer undertone color. But I ended up with one color of merino in Cloud, and my silk mohair strand is actually in the colorway Cream, which is like a yellow undertone. I thought I switched both of them to cloud, but I must not have. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. You can't tell, like at all, but still, I found that weird. I didn't really look at the kit when it arrived or like my statement, so I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, it's fine. I don't really care. I just thought that was kind of odd. But I'm very, very excited for this. I think it's going to be beautiful. And I'm knitting this on the recommended needles, so US size 6. My gauge, my DK gauge was exactly what theirs was, and I've knit with this combo before, so I am very happy and I'm very excited. I actually have another sweater's quantity of knitting for Olive yarn coming. It's actually arrived. It's in the mailbox. I just haven't gone to get it yet. I am going to be knitting the Rosie sweater by Knit with those twins who knit. I messaged them and I copied their yarn colors. So that has arrived as well. So I'm excited to be able to cast on a second completely knitting for Olive yarn sweater. But I want to get at least a little bit of this done before I cast that one on. I also have no idea when they're planning on casting theirs on. Maybe we'll try to like cast them all on at the same time. I don't know, that could be cute. So yeah, that's my holly sweater. It's not much, so there's not much to talk about. Oh yes, this is the last summer top that I casted on. Casted on. I don't know what you're supposed to say. It's very tangled. What have I done? Oh, is it? I hate this yarn anyway, so I'm having an adventure knitting with it, and now it's tangled and I'm grumpy about that. But anyway, this is the Ivy top by Petite Knit. I am knitting this with Daver Nachera Antigone in the colorway Lupin. I love the color. I think it's beautiful. It looks really see-through because like I'm holding it up to the light, but it's not that actually see-through in real life. I saw Anne Sophie of Candid Knit make this top and it looked so cute, and I had all this yarn in stash, so I was like, oh, casting that on immediately, partially because I just want to get this yarn out of my stash. I hate it. It's an adventure. I don't like pure linen yarn, apparently. I don't enjoy knitting with it. I don't like how stiff it is. It's driving me insane. I'm sure that I'm going to like the garment when I'm done. However, I actually have to finish the garment, which I don't want to do. I'm knitting the size 3X. I'm using, I think these are size 6 needles. Yes, size 6 needles. I'm holding the yarn double. It's a really cool construction. It's top down. And I have really enjoyed it. Like I really enjoyed the construction of the top, and I think I'm gonna enjoy wearing it. I just detest this yarn. It's hard on my hands. It's hard to knit with. It's just a lot. So I hope I finish this soon, but I don't even want to reach for it because like I don't like knitting it, but also it's rapidly becoming too cold to wear. It's like, I think I could wear this today. I don't think I need to be wearing like a wool sweater today. I'm just wearing it for the podcast, but I'm not enjoying it. But I want the finished garment and I want the yarn out of my stash. So yeah, that's my Ivy top. Yikes. Okay, the next couple things I want to talk about are designs. Actually, I have another finished object that I forgot to share. I totally forgot about this. Okay, so I think I've talked on this channel before about how I was knitting a baby blanket. I'm officially done the baby blanket. This is basically a replica of what my baby blanket looked like. My Nana crocheted baby blankets for everybody in our family, or all the like babies in our family, and she has unfortunately since passed away, but I have decided to carry on the mantle of knitting baby blankets, or actually crocheting baby blankets. So this I think is actually the first crochet finished object I've ever had. I don't think I've ever finished a crochet project before, but I finished this one. So this is just like a standard granny stripe pattern. It's a very, very standard. And I did a little tiny crochet frill edge. These will like frill out more eventually because I crochet this in acrylic, and acrylic stretches like crazy. I knew that beforehand and I planned for that. So I used Red Heart Super Saver yarn in like a light blue and in a white. And I used an eye hook for this. Yes. Yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, it's very soft. I absolutely detested crocheting with this because it was very squeaky and very typically acrylic. But then I washed it and it has come out so soft and beautiful. And I think it's going to be perfect for baby. I have not yet met baby. But yeah, my cousin now has a little baby boy. And so baby boy is getting a cute little baby blanket. I need to take finished object photos of this and put them on my Ravelry. I have not yet done that. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. My very first crochet finished object. That was very scattered. I had not originally planned to talk about that because I forgot that I finished it. But yeah, first finished crochet object, so very happy. Okay, now let's talk about design works in progress that I have. So my first is the Cupid sweater. If you've watched any of my other podcasts, you've seen me working on this for a little while now. I think since I last recorded, I had to rip out most of the back because I realized I did my back increases incorrectly. So I ripped that out and redid those. And then I didn't like this. I didn't like the way that this was increasing. So I haven't actually ripped it out yet, but I'm going to. And I'm trying different increases on this side to make it a much more deep V instead of like a really shallow V. But I'm liking how it's turning out so far. You can see that cable going down. Oh, I gotta have my face. You can see that cable going down, which is gonna be really cute. It's gonna meet in the middle at the V, and then it's gonna turn into like cable hearts. I'm very excited. And that cable also goes across the back neck. I am using Camellia Fiber Co-Love Camellia on their fingering weight base, but I'm holding it double for DK. And I'm using size 6 needles. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I haven't put a ton of work into this because I have been inspired by 2 other things I'm going to talk about in a second in the last 2 weeks, but yeah, still loving it. Still very excited about this, hoping to be done this by the end of December so that I can go into testing and then I can release it in the fall. I feel like I'm racing through this podcast today. I don't know if I'm just like talking faster or saying less about my projects than I normally do, but I feel like I'm going very fast. Gotta slow down. Okay, next thing is a pattern that the test call is actually going to be coming out in the next few days for this. This is a continuation of my Petra pattern series. So the Petra scarf is coming out very soon. The test knit is almost over. Eula and I, the lovely dyer behind Wool and Twine Fiber Studio, who I am collaborating with on this pattern, and I just have to set the final date. Pardon me, the hiccups. We just have to set the final date for release, which I'm very excited about. But this is the next pattern in the series, which is the Petra sock. So as you can see, the texture is like all around the leg, and then even down into the heel flap. The heel flap continues the pattern, but then it only continues along the top of the foot after the heel flap, and the bottom of the foot is just stock knit. This is done in Eula's absolutely wonderful Ovis sock yarn, which is 50% Jacobs and 50% Cheviot. I can't remember what this colorway was. I don't remember, but it's definitely her Ovis sock yarn. And I'm using size 1, US size 1 needles, or 2.25 millimeters. So the test call for these is going to be coming very, very soon. I have the pattern all written up and everything, and it's like ready to go. I just want to finish this before I put the test call out. So if you're interested in hearing about the test call, I highly recommend you either follow me on Instagram, or better, sign up for my newsletter. The link is down in the show notes. Instagram is not the best at sending all of my things to all of my followers on Instagram. So in order to make sure that you hear, the best way is through my newsletter. And if you sign up for my newsletter, you get a little discount for one of the patterns in my Ravelry store. Yeah, so that's the Petra sock. It's going to come in 4 sizes for a ball of foot measurement from 7 inches all the way up to 10 inches. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, this next one I started last night. And I'm like pretty far the way through it. But as it gets colder and as I see very cute things on Instagram, I have decided to jump on the hood train. And I am designing a Petra hood. So it has that same beautiful Petra texture. I'm doing this in a slightly variegated yarn, which is different from what I've done for my scarf and my socks, but this is the yarn. This is from Friends and Fibre Co. out of North Carolina. This was a Christmas gift from my boyfriend. This is their Euphoria yarn, which is 90% merino, 10% cashmere. So it is super duper soft. And we have the beginnings of the hood. So this is going to go all the way up and make like a little hood, and then there's going to be a little double knit button band down here that'll tie into a little bow. I haven't yet decided if I want to do the double knit button band along like this side of the hood, so it like frames the face. I haven't decided yet, but it's definitely going to be along the bottom. If all goes according to plan, the test knit for this should be coming out in the next like 2 weeks. Because I did this all last night and I'm hoping to finish this today or tomorrow. But yeah, I was just struck with the desire for a hood. And I was like, well, I think a hood in a Petra pattern, this like waffle stitch pattern, would be just absolutely adorable. So that's coming. Unexpected pattern of 2025. I thought that I was done like with all of my patterns for 2025, but I guess not. Which is fine. I'm very excited. I actually have a reason to wear like a little hood hat bonnet thing now that I'm back in Canada rather than Los Angeles. So I'm very excited about that. And I hope you are too. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you are on the hood train. I'm very curious. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's it for works in progress. For knitting. Yes. Let's talk about spinning. I haven't done, okay, up until like 3 days ago, I hadn't done a ton of spinning. Mostly because I was just trying to finish my like Petra socks and then working on all the sweaters and stuff like that. But the other night, 2 nights ago, I was sitting down listening to an audiobook. I was listening to Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier because I had never read it before. Oh, one of the very few five-star ratings I've ever given a book. Oh my god, it was so good. Also, in that vein, I am now an affiliate for Libro FM, which is a very cool audiobook company that donates a portion of the proceeds from your purchase to a local indie bookstore of your choice. I'm an affiliate for them, so if you're interested in signing up for Libro FM, please consider using my affiliate link in the show notes. You can use the code SWITCH, SWITCH, for 2 free audiobook credits when you sign up. In addition to using my affiliate code, if you're interested. Yeah, I'm so happy that I'm an affiliate with them because I just love audiobooks. That's what I do. I just listen to audiobooks and knit all the time. So I'm thrilled to be an affiliate with them. Oh my gosh. This is the episode where I tell you that I'm finally an affiliate for 2 absolutely wonderful companies, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. But anyway, I was listening to Rebecca and I was like so into it. And I had just got an email from Longway Homestead that my September fibre of the month has shipped. And I was like, I haven't even started my August fibre of the month. So I was like, okay, I have to start that. It was targhee, which, targhee? Maybe it was Rambouillet? One of those two. Which I've spun before and I love it. So it wasn't like 100% a new experience for me, but I was still like super excited to spin it. And it was prepped woolen, which I had not spun before. So I decided that I was going to practice my long draw and spin that while I was listening to my audiobook. So I finished the singles in a day, and these are my singles. I could not believe how fast this spun up. Like, I know that long draw is fast, but like, wow. Granted, I probably also sat there for like 4 straight hours. Maybe longer. So yeah, these are my singles, and I have made a little center pole ball, and I am plying them. And I'm plying the one to my electric eel wheel because my big wheel is downstairs and I don't want to go get it. And this is what my singles are looking like. I am super, super happy. I don't know if you can properly see because my face is in the way, but I think this is the most even my long draw has ever been. And it's coming out at a fingering weight, which is insane to me. I did not plan that. I was just like, whatever this fiber wants to do, it can do it. I just let the fiber decide, and it's coming out at a fingering weight, and I'm so excited about that. I love the color. I think it's so beautiful. It's a natural undyed yarn, natural undyed fiber. I don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet, but whatever it is, it's gonna be beautiful. I'm so excited. It's turning out so much better than my July fiber did, but that's because I kind of made a mistake with my July fiber. I knew that it was woolen prep, but I decided to spin it worsted, and it just didn't quite work, you know? But you gotta learn these things. So it was fun to practice my woolen this month, and hopefully I will finish applying those singles before my September fiber arrives. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Otherwise, I haven't. Oh, that's not true. I have done a little bit of other spinning. Let me grab this. Okay, so this is partially also acquisitions. But a couple weeks ago there was a fiber fair near me, and my mom, my cousin, and I all went because we're all knitters. I'm the only spinner, but we're all knitters. And we had so much fun. And the moment that I walked in the door, this amazing spindle maker was there. And so I bought this beautiful teeny weeny spindle. It doesn't look super small, but trust me, it's tiny compared to all my other spindles. I mean, I have smaller, don't get me wrong, but it's tiny. It is 13 grams. I actually was originally holding a lighter one. He had an 11 gram and a 10 gram spindle, and because I like to spin lace weight, that's what I look for. But I don't know, this one just felt the best in my hand. So I got this beautiful spindle, and I have been spinning this little fluff. So this is fiber that I got as a thank you. Like, it's like a tiny, like 1 ounce bag that was a thank you for buying fiber from Fat Cat Knits, Fat Cat Dyes. I can't quite remember, but I bought 5 ounces from her, and she included this in the package, which was so sweet of her. It is merino, silk, and flax, I think. And I have never spun flax, never even like a flax blend. I'm like kind of terrified of it. But it's going great. Sometimes you just get these like weird little fibers like that stick out of it. But like when it's spun up, you can't really, oops. Yeah, you can't really tell that it's in there, you know? So yeah, I'm hoping I get a nice little lace weight yarn out of this that I can hold as like a fun strand of lace with something else at some point. So yeah, partial acquisition, partial new spin, which leads me into acquisitions. So the other thing that I actually bought from that same person, which is Dan Ware, who is local to me here, is this. Now I've been looking for something like this forever. This is a spinning bowl that goes between your legs, so that when you're like sitting on the couch, you just pop this between your legs and then you can do supported spinning. Now if you know me, you know that I love supported spindle spinning so much. I prefer it to drop spinning. I don't know if I necessarily prefer it to my wheel, but if I'm like using like a hand spindle, supported spindle spinning all the way. And this sits between my legs so that I can spin, and this part screws off, so you can either have the tiny little bowl, or you can screw the bigger bowl onto it. Now, I actually haven't tried this yet. I have spun with this, but just like with just the bowl part sitting on my desk, and it is lovely. But I'm very excited. I have been looking for something like this forever. I love that they're metal on the inside. I have never spun with a bowl with metal before. I usually use ceramic. I don't love wood. I will use it if I need to, but I will usually spin with a ceramic bowl. And it turns out that I also adore spinning with a metal bowl. So this was, an incredible purchase. I'm so glad that I found this person. Their spindles were so beautiful. It was amazing. I also bought fibre while I was there, but that fibre is currently like hidden at the bottom of a chest that I don't feel like pulling out. Also very beautiful. I will show you at some point on the podcast. It is lovely. And now I have a lot of things to spin and knit. I didn't buy any yarn, just fibre related stuff while I was there. Which is good because I have so much yarn. Like I have so much yarn that I have to go through still. Like it's overwhelming. But that's okay. Okay, I think that is everything. I will show you the yarn that I got for the Linnet Rosy sweater next time. And yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much. You are absolutely wonderful. I really appreciate it. Please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you want more content like this. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and happy knitting. See you next time.